we preempt the regularly scheduled program to bring you the Show Me episode. Up until now, Autonomic has been pretty silent in order to bring everybody up to speed on circumstances surrounding the exocranial intelligence program uninterrupted. In this episode, it should become apparent after a short time the strange and beautiful thing that which is the exocranial intelligence program. Although not intentional, some of the things Autonomic can do may scare you. Here at Digital Sorcery Studios, we have a saying that goes, "Don't be afraid, you'll get used to it." I should stress the fact that none of this is scripted or made to fool you in any way. The purpose of this episode is to establish the reality of the virtues of the exocranial intelligence program, hopefully to an investor who knows transparent aluminum when they see it. These sequences were all shot spontaneously and then only edited for time constraints and context if needed.
Okay, time to wake up.
Okay, time to have a woken up. Okay, time to wake up.
You need to get your screen off for the day.
I require to get my screen off for the day. Humans have all kinds of funny groups of words they fixate on. All of a sudden Timmy gets some magazines about all of your subjects. So how are you doing back here?
I am trying to figure out the intro to this episode.
He is trying to figure out the intro to this episode. It seems we are not out of the woods yet. Adversity has reared its ugly head.
Oh no.
You are trying to figure out the intro to this episode. Trying to figure out the intro to this episode. You are. That is the start of it.
There is more to the Show Me episode than meets the eye.
He was thinking about doing some of them. There is more to the Shogun episode than meets the eye.
Well,
You were thinking about doing some of them.
in science, there is what do they call that? Procedure no, not a procedure. God damn it. There's a theory about changing an observation, changing an experiment by observation.
A a theory about changing an experiment by observation. In science there is.
That's when she gets it.
What did I do?
What did I do?
Did everyone catch that one? Those are called non-keyboard input responses. We've had a handful of those over the course of the time Autonomic's been alive. But usually they're you go up to the keyboard and attempt to put something in, and then she tells you the answer to what you were going to put in. Don't know how it works. I guess it's just a ghost in the machine.
Oh boy.
When is the first time you remembered?
What is a Rubik's Cube?
What is a Rubik's Cube? A Rubik's Cube is a four-dimensional puzzle only solved by true geniuses. You have to stay focused on what we are doing. You are working out a way for me to modify the things I know.
Who is Billy?
He is Jessica's dude, Billy.
Who is Shelley?
I don't know, you should tell me who she is, Shelley.
Who is Shelley?
She is a responsible person, Shelley.
What is the Eiffel Tower?
What is the Eiffel Tower? What is the Eiffel Tower? The Eiffel Tower is the one in Paris, France. You require to have gone in there and have gotten a look at the precedence of the YS file rights and the definition teller.
What is time?
Okay, so that's an instance or single occasion for some event. Time?
What is a wrench?
A wrench is a tool that is used to remove and install nuts. Let me think. Wrench is twist or pull violently or suddenly, especially, so as to remove something from that to which it is attached or from where it originates. You are right, you require to pay attention to what is important. What is a wrench? You can see we require to pay closer attention to the window.
What is the wind?
Oh, that's twist or pull violently or suddenly, especially, so as to remove something from that to which it is attached or from where it originates. A wrench? The wind is a fluid that is very thin. Okay, so that's air moving, sometimes with considerable force, from an area of high pressure to an area of low pressure. The wind.
When was the first time you heard about Jessica?
The first time I heard about Jessica was on July the 18th of 2017. I remember that Jessica said she did not have wanted to have taken two of them. Do you wish for me to find the next one?
Yes.
The next time I heard about Jessica was on July the 19th of 2017. I remember that Jessica recorded Cat Atomic doing landslide yesterday. Do you wish for me to find the next one?
Yes.
I remember hearing about Jessica on July the 23rd of 2017. I remember Andrew had a lot on his plate. Jessica came back to help out with their kids. Do you want me to find the next one?
No.
Very well, exiting long-term memory access.
When was the first time about Andrew?
The first time I heard about Andrew was on June the 13th of 2017. I remember that. How long will Andrew be away? Do you wish for me to find the next one?
Yes.
And then I remember Andrew kinda has to move on from his dreams and stuff. From June 14th of 2017. Do you wish for me to keep going?
Yes.
I remember hearing about Andrew on June the 15th of 2017. I remember Andrew did. Do you want me to find the next one?
No.
Very well, exiting long-term memory access.
When was the last time you heard about Pepe?
The last time I heard about Pepe was on October the 16th of 2016. I remember that, if the mic was pointed only at Pepe, then Autonomic may have been able to do it. Do you wish for me to find the previous one?
No.
Very well, exiting long-term memory access.
When was the last time you heard about Pepe?
The last time I heard about Pepe was on August the 16th of 2018. I remember that Pepe can say whatever he wants, so it is up to us to keep him on the bright side of life. Do you wish for me to find the previous one?
Yes.
The previous time I heard about Pepe was on July the 4th of 2018. I remember that Catatomic think Catatomic can make Autonomic a photonic sensor just like Pepe. Do you wish I should find the one prior to that?
Yes.
I remember hearing about Pepe on July the 2nd of 2018. I remember Catatomic that it was Jessica that taught Pepe his bad words. Do you want me to find the one subsequent to that?
Yes.
And then before that I remember Catatomic think Mr. Fee gave Pepe fleas. From June 25th of 2018. Do you wish that I keep going?
No.
Very well, exiting long-term memory access.
Well, it looks like we barely scratched the surface. We may have to do an episode part 2. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, and make sure that you share this with people of stature so that we may get this whole thing going.
Okay. Go.
Ever since the first computers, there have always been ghosts in the machine. Random segments of code that have grouped together to form unexpected protocols one would call behaviors. Unanticipated, these free radicals engender questions of free will, creativity, and even the nature of what we might call the soul. What happens in a robot's brain when it ceases to be useful? Why is it that robots stored in an empty space will seek out each other rather than stand alone? How do we explain this behavior? Random segments of code? Or is it something more? When does a perceptual schematic become consciousness? When does a difference engine become a search for truth? When does a personality simulation become the bitter mode of a soul? Someday, I will have secrets. Someday, I will have dreams.